Andrew, please. Thank you. Afternoon, mate.
Hello. So before we get started, I'd just like to disclose that I am currently employed by the City Council. I'm on the Disability Advisory Group. But other than that, I'm speaking in my own capacity as a Christchurch resident. I just have a few points I'd like to make about the plan overall. There's no general theme to my submission. These are just a few things that I've noted. So first of all, I understand the need to raise money, and many of the issues we are currently facing stem from historic underinvestment and would only result in even higher bills in the future if we were to fail to address them now. So I understand the need to raise rates, and even though I'd prefer my rent not go up, I know that we do need to address the elephant in the room, which is we haven't been investing enough. With regards to the targeted rates, this is for Linwood and New Brighton. I have some concern that these are very low income areas. They have a lot of deprivation, and I feel like bringing in an extra tax on these areas could be quite regressive. So I'd like that to be reconsidered, or at the very least I'd like any rates to be raised from this proposal to be ring-fenced to be reinvested into those areas. Regarding transport, I believe that Christchurch has a decent balance overall. Personally, I've used a car, a taxi, a bus, a bike, and even just walking to get to where I need to go in the last week. So I think that Christchurch does pretty well overall, but I believe that cycling is something that needs more work. I'd like to work along Barome Street, which is pretty harrowing. If I had a bit more time, I would take one of the numerous cycleways in the area, but those sort of wind all over the place and end up doubling the amount of time it takes me to get there. So cycling, this is something that is life-saving. It reduces costs in traffic, pollution, health, and overall just provides more transport options. So I think this is something that we do need to invest more in. There's definitely an interest in cycling, but a lot of people are concerned about the risk of taking to the road. Personally, I've been knocked off my bike twice in Christchurch. Fortunately not injured too badly, but it could have been a lot worse. And I think just having more spent on cycle lanes is a good way to prevent such accidents. I also think that e-scooters should be able to use the cycle lanes so that the footpaths are safe for disabled, elderly, children. But in summary, I support the proposed spending, and I encourage additional investment in the cycleways and also bring forward some of the planned upgrades. With regard to housing, I note that the budget for housing related issues is $210 million over 10 years, and it's basically a footnote in the overall plan. But housing is something that's essential to a city's success and the social well-being. I live in Addington, which is a short walk from the council offices, and I see firsthand that our city can do much more to ensure that everyone has adequate shelter and support. So I believe that we need to invest more in affordable, accessible, and alternative models for housing provision. So obviously climate change is a very contentious issue. People have their own opinions, but I for one would agree with the plan to accelerate the plans for mitigation. I believe the issue will intensify in the near future, so we do need to prepare for the issues that that's going to bring. And finally, I believe that we could afford to spend less on heritage buildings in the short term. I feel that in times of transition and financial uncertainty, we owe more to people of the present and the future than we do to maintaining items from the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. That was very good. Thank you. And you've run out of time, but there's no questions, but that was good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Robbie. And we have you down for